As reported elsewhere on True North, Alberta Premier Jason Kenney wants to hold China accountable for the coronavirus pandemic. The federal government of Justin Trudeau does not seem disposed to do anything like that. Jason Kenney said during a virtual conference with the Canadian American Business Council, quote, "I think the Chinese government played a significant role in the devastating public health and economic damage that is being experienced by the entire world. I do not think we should just forget this and walk past it. I think there is going to be, and there must be, a great reckoning for the role that China has played in this," unquote. Of course, Kenney is exactly correct. U.S. President Donald Trump said much the same thing this week, and when asked if he had talked to Chinese President Xi, he said, "I don't want to talk to him right now." Canada's position, as stated by Health Minister Patty Hadu, seems to be some level of praise for the government of the People's Republic of China, for its containment efforts. What she totally ignores in any of this is that when China realized the contagious potential of the virus epidemic in Wuhan, they closed all domestic air travel from Wuhan. They didn't want the virus in Beijing or Shanghai, but they didn't close international air travel from Wuhan. It is estimated that more than 4 million people flew out of Wuhan in the ensuing few weeks for all manner of global destinations, ensuring the virus infected the world. They had forcible quarantining of their own citizens, but didn't seem to care about what the coronavirus did to the rest of the world. They have much to answer for, whether or not the Prime Minister wants to admit it, and he should admit it. Not condemning this behavior is nothing short of malfeasance. But since the late 80s, at least, China has been too cozy with the Liberal Party of Canada. John Ray is an executive vice president for Power Corp, which really controls the Liberal Party. He is the brother of Bob Ray. He ran successive campaigns for Jean Chrétien. Paul Martin, Chrétien's successor, worked for Power Corp when Maurice Strong, the architect of the global warming scam, facilitated him getting control of the Canada steamship lines. Jean Chrétien's son-in-law, André Desmarais, son of Power Corp's founder Paul Desmarais, sat on the board of the China International Trust Investment Corporation, or CITIC, from the mid-90s until 2016. He facilitated many Chinese organizations coming into Canada and buying up control of many Canadian companies, including banks and energy businesses. Not the least of these was Li Ka-shing, one of the founders of CITIC, alongside the government of the PRC. Li has long been considered the world's biggest gangster, and was one of the principal subjects of the joint RCMP-CSIS Project Sidewinder in 1997, an investigation, I might add, that was killed by the PMO of Jean Chrétien. The connections with the PRC and the Liberal Party of Canada run deep, and Justin Trudeau does not seem predisposed to upset the apple cart. Indeed, he has been lobbying national leaders around the world in the attempt to get his vanity seat on the UN Security Council, which rotates every 2 years. He is so prepared to spare no effort and no amount of taxpayer money in that quest. And since China is a permanent member of the Security Council, who can veto Trudeau's ambition, he sucks up to them. Thus far, some 5,500 Canadians have died for the coronavirus, and 308,000 worldwide, has cost the world's economy trillions of dollars. But Trudeau wants his vanity seat so badly, so even though China could have contained the virus had they only shut down international flights at the same time as they closed domestic travel, doesn't seem to cause the Prime Minister any concern. He simply won't do the right thing. For True North, I'm Leo Knight.